popularity of syndicates owning greyhounds has been underlined by the success of the Champagne Club, which has attracted a huge number of people to the sport. The Centor partnership runs along similar lines, but with smaller groups of owners involved, such as those behind the Scurry winner Centaur All-Star. A few miles up the coast from Sunderland is Seahouses, with its expanse of beach perfect for exercising those greyhounds who raced under the Centaur banner. The Centaur Group's involvement in greyhound racing began some 7 years ago from their base in this seaside town. This is the day job of Keith Sobey, MD of the company, running a sports risk fund and bloodstock operation. Needless to say, horses and dogs are a passion for Keith, but how did the greyhound operation begin?
In 2002, Centor had expanded from a very small beginning. We had a number of racehorses, and we decided it would be a good idea if we could extend our bloodstock venture to greyhound racing. And I'd like to give a public thank you to Gary Wiltshire here. I asked Gary if he could get me some greyhounds, and by putting me in contact with a gentleman in Ireland, he got me 4 greyhounds for the princely sum of £17,000, I think it was, and one of those was Centaur Corker, who in his generation was certainly the leading staying greyhound.
Centaur Corker's 2003 Ladbrokes Golden Jacket victory put Centaur's greyhound operation on the map. He was a true star of the open race scene and multiple track record breaker. It was a fantastic start for Keith and the dog's owners, but when Centaur Corker's career was cut short through injury, Keith's master plan was to ask North East breeder Jimmy Fennick to stand the dog at stud, although that wasn't going to be easy.
You know, being a marathon dog would be hard to get bitches for him, but I spoke to Keith again, and Keith was wanting to stand the dog at stud, and I said I would accept. I've had stud dogs in the past and done quite well with them, so I would give Centaur Corker a go.
One of Corker's first pups was Genesis Alex, who rose through the ranks to open race marathon winner for Mark Wallace, including this victory at Peterborough.
There was a lot of quality in them pups, you know. I think I can remember reading a report in the Irish Sporting Press from how many pups he'd actually produced to litters. I think from open race wins he was at 33%, which put him in a stud dog table of number 10 of all the dogs in Ireland and England. What a feat that was, you know. You know, from only having maybe, I think in all told, you had roughly about 40 matings, so what a feat that was, like, for a stud dog.
Back on the beach at Seahouses, and a couple of retired Centaur dogs are enjoying a stroll, and the partnership is proud of its record with ex-racers.
Well, what we do is we've rehomed every dog that we've had, really, even if they've been injured, or even when puppies don't make it to the track, we make sure that they all get rehomed. Everyone.
Have you been tempted to have a retired greyhound of your own at home?
We have, very much so. At the moment we've got Centaur Corker. He was the best dog we've ever had, really, and he's been with us since December last year, and everyone in Seahouses knows him and everyone loves him, really.
Well, he's looking resplendent in his jacket today from the Golden Jacket, but he's not that well on one of his paws anyway.
No, he's not. I think he must have stood on something, so he's bruised his pad. So we've had him to the vets this morning, and they've given him some Metacom, so hopefully that'll ease him up. So he's just got to have bed rest.
Mind you, I hear he's still serving a few bitches, and he gets to walk on the lovely Seahouses beaches, so it's not exactly a bad retirement, is it?
No, it's not. It's not, but it's well deserved. I mean, he's did a lot for the company when he was running, and he's just a super dog.
We felt indebted to the sport. Not only that, obviously we had huge enjoyment from having Centaur Corker, so we decided to invest heavily in the sport, to provide entertainment for our clients, to provide a form of syndicate ownership which made greyhound racing more affordable to a lot of people who were clients at the time. And so we turned to Jimmy Fennick for some advice, and we ended up buying 4 bitches and starting a breeding program ourselves using Centaur Corker and some external sires.
Centaur's breeding and purchasing program achieved great success. Centaur Para won the Champion Stakes at Romford in 2004, Centaur Striker the 2006 National Sprint at Nottingham, while Centaur Trooper here proved a real money spinner, winning this 5k Monmore competition. But possibly the group's finest hour, or rather its most memorable 29 seconds, was seeing Centaur Decree lift the 2008 Arc at Walthamstow.
They come round the final bend, and Centaur Decree has gone about 6 lengths clear. Centaur Decree has won in emphatic style.
It'll live long in my memory. Fantastic celebrations at the track with Scott Fraser, who was my partner at the time in Centaur Greyhounds, and the other partners, Ian Craig and Michael Gill. We had a fantastic night, and I think around Britain there were many champagne corks popping as a result of my clients having been advised to back the dog at 50 to 1.
Well, most recent Centaur Greyhound to make the headlines is All-Star.
Again, subject of very heavy... I'm making this sound as if it's a gambling venture, but it certainly isn't. I think you've seen enough of Centaur Clive over the last over the day to know that we get involved with the greyhounds from the very beginning, the planning for breeding, through the breeding process from when they're pups to when they retire, and we make sure they're all homed. But on occasions where the market permits, we will support the dog. And the way I look at it, as well as myself as an owner and perhaps 1 or 2 shareholders, I've got 700 clients who are interested in the greyhounds. So where we can and where we feel the dog has an outstanding chance, which is what Centaur All-Star had in the final of the Scurry at Bellevue, we recommend it to clients.
Do you really think the syndicate way of ownership is the way forward? It seems to have a lot of success. You know, there's a lot of models out there in the greyhound game which do have a lot of success. You know, but it's nice if you can have a group of people who can team together and buy a dog or breed a dog and win a major Group 1 final. You know, it's a fantastic, or even a race. There's still the buzz is there for the people who haven't had an involvement. The pinnacle really for a lot of people is trying to get a winner on Sky. You know, if they can get a winner on Sky, it's like they can go home and the friends know them, they've been there, and it's a very, very good buzz.
They often say you never forget your first winner. Will you never forget your first greyhound, Centaur Corker? Will he always be the pinnacle of your achievements?
Well, he lives with me now, so he's a constant reminder, and a very happy one of, you know, how very, very lucky and how much indebted to greyhound racing we are.
You a lucky owner?
In greyhounds? Well, and in horses, yes. But the horses, I would say, is down to our skill. In greyhound racing, it's the skill of others who've got us where we are.